Near the beautiful North York moors, in the pretty town of Kirby Moorside, lives auctioneer Angus Ashworth.
480, 480, 480 in the room.
Yeah. With his hard-working team...
There we go.
Angus has grown his auction house into a thriving business.
This is an interesting piece. 2 cherubs. Not you two, is it?
When he's not on his rostrum...
We're off on another job again.
He's clearing cluttered homes...
I'll start having a rummage and see what we can find.
Great.
...in search of unwanted items to go under his gavel.
The West Riding of York, 1610. See my house.
Have a look at everything, but there's all sorts of stuff.
OK.
Using his expert knowledge...
The more and more I go through this, the value's totting up.
He finds hidden treasures...
This is what I'm in the business for.
...and uncovers forgotten heirlooms.
Looks like me on a dance floor.
Taking them back to the sale room...
Is it shiny?
Is it shiny?
Wow.
Angus, am I allowed to use this?
Put it down, that's mine.
He auctions these once-cherished items...
These were all just sat in the loft.
Gathering dust.
...making their owners a very...
£740.
...pretty...
I'm just astonished.
...penny.
At 900.
Woohoo! Behind every item that comes into the auction room, there's a story to be told.
Did you play with it?
Oh, yes. Yeah, frequently.
Where rediscovered treasures can help reconnect a family to a lost loved one or a bygone era.
The bed head there, that was probably the first good piece he bought. I guess this is it, really. This is the end of a chapter.
And when a clearance job comes in, it's up to Angus to find the hidden treasure amongst the family heirlooms.
Have you just got me a coffee? Wow, thank you.
Yeah, nothing's free in life, is it, Pete?
Oh, yeah, go on then, what?
Nice little run up to Durham.
Angus and Pete have a 70-mile drive ahead of them to Pelton in County Durham and the home of Jane and Philip, who are about to downsize.
We have a lot of stuff to sort, really. We've taken stuff to the skip, and we've taken stuff to the charity shops, and then we've got this other stuff.
Jane's stuff is a table groaning with artefacts, curios and antiques inherited from her parents, while Philip has rediscovered a treasure trove of toys from his childhood.
When you look at kind of old Dinky and Corgi toys, just how beautifully they were made.
Really
Really
heavy,
nice
aren't they?
die-cast materials and complex interiors.
I think it'd be a straightforward job, Pete. They're just starting to have a thin out and really want me to just have a look and see if anything they've got out ready, would be suitable to go.
I come from outside Edinburgh. It's a place called Bonnyrigg, and that's in Midlothian, and my family is still there. So I'd like to go back.
We get a lot of work like that, don't we, where it's people moving house and they're having a reassess of what they've got.
Yeah.
We do need to pare down. We've got 60 years of stuff, and that needs to be sorted. Hello.
Good morning, you all right?
You found us all right.
I did indeed. What have you?
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I suppose we best come in and have a look. Yeah, thank you very much.
So, do you want to come through into the dining room, Angus?
Oh, thank you very much. And these are all your sort of childhood toys, are they?
Yeah. There was a shop in the town I come from, and they sold these things. So moving up from the little Matchbox ones, some early stuff. And then when I got a bit more money, graduated to the Dinky and the Corgi stuff.
See James Bond car there.
Yeah.
The Aston Martin DB5 made by Corgi has been sought after by collectors since it made its debut in 1965.
Have a look at spacecraft, that's a very popular one there.
Yeah, UFO.
Yeah, a lot of it goes on condition and that sort of thing. I mean, obviously you've enjoyed them, so...
They've been in the loft for a long time, and it's been really nice taking them out of the loft and and Philip took a while sorting them out and things.
Keep smiling, Angus. There's no clambering around in lofts today. It's all laid out for you, as is another of Phil's collections.
I'm guessing this is your vinyl collection, is it?
Yeah, well, down in the screws, James.
All the ones with street cred are his.
Right.
All the ones that are a bit dodgy are unfortunately mine.
I mean, vinyl is very collectible. It's just if it's the right bands and names, but Pete's pretty hot on our vinyl, so I'll get him to go through it all and we can probably pull out some that would be worth doing. But, I mean, is there anything else? Is it just your items, or...?
No, Jane's stuff is in different part of the house, so...
OK, well, let's go and have a look, yeah.
Thank you.
Philip's toys and records have brought back fond memories for him, but the items Jane wants to sell have a strong emotional connection.
My dad was a bit of a character. He died when he was 90, about 5 years ago. I found it very difficult to clear the house and found myself taking vast amounts of it without looking at it. And it's only lately that I've actually been able to kind of go through it in a kind of logical and sensible way.
Jane has laid out the many items she inherited from her parents.
My mum had a display cabinet, as all women of her age did.
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot of it here that was in the display cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
The nice and fortunate things were, of course, wedding gifts.
Never used.
never used. You can see some of those have still got the paper on them. My mum had MS, and by the time I was in my teens, she was wheelchair bound. So my dad gave up work to look after her, which he did beautifully.
Hopefully there is a lot here for Angus to take back and sell at auction, but it's not all about the money for Jane.
I think it's more important that these items, which I have loved and cherished, and my parents loved and cherished beforehand, go somewhere and have another life after us.
But not everything here is Mum and Dad's.
Is anyone being musical in the family then? Because I see you've got a few instruments.
I think the hope was that I would be, but I was introduced to the violin. Dreadful, absolutely dreadful.
Was it like a horror movie?
It was. It never got any better. And then I moved on to the mandolin. But I was even worse at the mandolin. It's never been played properly for 50 years.
Well, I'm sure we'll find somebody that will love it.
With such an eclectic collection, it's going to be a challenge for Angus to pick out items that will appeal at auction.
I think some of it we would have to sort of group together in lots, but
that makes sense.
You know, there's one or two interesting bits. The old phones have become popular again. People rewire them now and have them as a working telephone. There's a bit of jewellery and things, so I'll go through these bits and see what we can do. At first glance, you look at the bits in the back room and you think, oh, there's not much here, but you know, there's a bit of gold in there, a bit of jewellery. So I think we might actually all have a little surprise how much it tots up. You know, there's nothing going to be hundreds and hundreds of pounds, but there's going to be a reasonable amount, I think, once we get done.
Time for a closer look.
Well, I recognise this because when I was in the army, we got issued one when we went to Iraq. It's the New Testament pocket Bible, if you like, for service people. And this is GR the Sixth, so George the Sixth. So this is the time of the Second World War. And it comes with a front from His Majesty King George the Sixth. To all serving in my forces by sea or land, or in the air, and indeed to all my people engaged in the defence of the realm. This book, if it could tell a tale, has obviously been used, it's been thumbed, it's got a name in it there, a date in 1945. Where has this travelled? Where's it been? It's been in the pocket of some soldier. Was it fought in France or Germany? Did it go to Italy? Did it go to the Far East? A great little thing.
Angus knows his military history, but when it comes to vinyl, there's only one man for the job. As Pete makes a start on the record collection, Angus has a better look at Philip's toys.
Look at that. You remember that, won't you?
Space 1999.
Never heard of it? For anyone not as old as Angus and Pete, Space 1999 was a 70s British sci-fi TV series.
Doesn't sound very futuristic 1999 now, does it?
No, not anymore.
Step away from the toys, Angus.
OK, so what have we got?
Got the Beatles, the quality, there's no scratches in them whatsoever. I've been through the whole lot.
Pete's pop picks could do well. Ringo Starr's copy of the Beatles' White Album is one of the most expensive vinyl records sold at auction, at over £500,000. Let's hope there's one in here.
10cc, I bet you like them.
Yeah. Godley and Cream.
Blondie, great. War of the Worlds,
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah, and it's got a book in that as well.
That's nice.
The Osmonds, Crazy Yours,
Horses.
Crazy
Oh,
Yours,
that's
Crazy
brilliant, is that? Yeah, I know that one.
Dr. Hook again.
Actually, there's some
Yeah,
good
I know.
ones in here, isn't there?
OK, nothing worth £500,000 here, but these classics could still strike the right note at auction.
Well, I think overall, I mean, some will have to go in a group lot, but I think there's one or two decent ones in there, isn't there?
Definitely.
Right, I'll go to the other room.
All right.
Well, this little bit here is really quite sweet. It's costume jewellery, but this panel here is this very distinctive red Chinese cinnabar lacquer.
Cinnabar is a mineral, while the lacquer is made from a natural tree resin.
Lacquerware's been in Chinese culture for over 3,000 years, but the art of carving, deep carving of lacquer, really developed in the 12th century. It's basically layers and layers and layers of this lacquer that gives this real red colour, and then it's carved into it. And you see all sorts of things made out of cinnabar lacquer. Plates, cups, even bits of jewellery. This is probably early to mid 20th century. It's been a clip at some point, I think probably as a brooch. And I've seen the right bits of cinnabar lacquer on big pieces can make thousands, tens of thousands. This is tens of pounds. It's still a lovely thing. We'd probably put a few of these semi-precious bits together to make a lot, but that's the standout bit that's really going to sell the group.
The day is getting on, so Angus and Pete load up the van. But before they go, it's time to find out what Jane and Philip think of their newfound space.
Wow.
Wow, that's changed.
Yeah, you've got a table back.
Yeah, it looks very nice, like this.
And a sofa. Got a few boxes, we've got it packed up, and so some interesting little bits in the jewellery as well. So.
Oh, really? That's good to hear. It's nice that somebody like you sees value in it. That's really good.
It is, thanks very much.
So I'll see you on auction day.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. Thanks. I'd like things to sell well, because I think Jane in particular, it would mean a lot to her, not because of the monetary value, but the sense that her items are worth something to somebody else.
It's now down to Angus to find new homes for Jane and Philip's family treasures. The real work is about to begin. Inside the auction house, musical instrument specialist George and junior valuer Charlotte take a closer look at Jane's violin.
So it's got a label inside it that says Stradivarius on it.
Wait, this could be good. There are only 650 original 17th century Stradivarius violins known to exist, and they sell for millions.
So Stradivarius was a violin maker in Italy in the 1700s. Is viewed as one of the best makers of, certainly of bowed instruments. I mean, I think there was one violin auction went for 10 million.
Come on, George, is this an original?
It's made in Czechoslovakia, and of course, Stradivarius are Italian.
Oh, a copy.
Don't think it's going to be 10 million. I think it'd be sort of 30 to 50. But no, it's a nice violin.
10 million would have been nice, George. Meanwhile, Angus is working through Philip's cars.
Cars, die-cast vehicles, they can be hugely collectible if they're the right ones. The ones that fetch the money are the older ones. When you have a mixed lot like this, the bidders can get a bit carried away. Oh, I can see one good one there, one good one there. And they really go for it. Look at that, lovely. V12 Jaguar. I'm not so sure about the colour though. But it's certain colours like that that make them rare. And certain cars can be worth hundreds, thousands even. So there's some good bits in there and some older bits. There will be a lot of interest in these lots, and if you've got one or two bits that people are really after, the sky's the limit.
Two weeks later, Jane and Philip have driven down from County Durham to see their lots go under the gavel.
I'm looking forward to seeing all my stuff hopefully sell.
I feel a bit more circumspect about mine, because there's stuff in there that is meaningful.
Morning.
Morning.
How are we doing?
Am I a bit chilly?
Yeah, it's a bit fresh, isn't it? Well, we best get you in, but the cars have had plenty of interest.
Not surprised.
They always do, so they'll be all right. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you very much.
Please come into the warmth.
Lovely.
Before the auction starts, it's time to say goodbye to some family possessions.
Oh, look.
Is that your hat?
Yes, my mother got it for the Amateur Dramatic Society in 1963. It was old then.
I'm sorry to see it go. So, how are you feeling seeing all your family stuff ready for sale?
I feel a bit guilty about some of this stuff because it was my mum's. Seeing your cars here, though, is marvellous.
Yeah.
Let's hope the bidders agree. Now, time to take a seat. Angus is already on the rostrum.
10 bid, 12 bid, we're off at 12, it is then at 12. At £12 at 12.
Charlotte and Harriet are fielding online bids. Nick's on the blower, taking phone bids. And Jack's today's porter.
At £20, we're all done at 20.
Philip and Jane's lots are up next. Now, how about something for a glam night out in Yorkshire?
Oh,
Right then, lot number 31.
that's mine.
A gold Victorian brooch, signet ring and pendant.
That looks good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 commission bids, please.
You are kidding me.
We go 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 80, 80, 85, 90, 95.
That's pleasing.
95, 100. Rounded up to 100. Anywhere is it now? At 95.
You are kidding me.
100. Commissions are out. It's
People
online.
like your stuff.
We're all done. Net bid at 100. 110. Anywhere is it now? I'm selling at £100.
I'm just astonished.
Hang fire, Jane. Angus has only just got started. Next up, a mixed box of trinkets and curios, including a vanity set, cocktail watch and the Cinnabar brooch, so loved by Angus.
Lovely little compact in there.
Oh, that was my mummy's compact.
Where should be for this? £12 straight in at 12. 15, 15 a bit at 15. At 15, at 15, at 15, 18, 18, 18. At 18, surely £20 now, let's go. At 18, 20, thank you. In the room now at £20.
A bit more modest, but a good start.
Reverse. At 22 if you want to be in online. At £20, we're all done at 20.
2 lots in and we're off to a flying start.
People wanted it.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Next up,
Oh, the good stuff. It's the good stuff then.
now a big lot of over 50 cars and models.
There we go, some good bits on this. 35.
I didn't realise I had so many.
35, 65, 70, 70 it is then at 70.
That's a worthwhile number.
At £70 it is, 75, £75 at 75 or £75. 80, £80 it is then at 80 at £80. 85 you're hovering, 85 it is then at 90, £90.
Oh, come on. 100. Let's get it to 100.
100 is it now? At £100. £100. 110 at 110.
I'm happy with that.
We're going at 110. At 110.
Still going.
At 110 it is then. Any advance at 110 for the first lot. Then at 110 I'm selling at 110.
Oh, very nice. Oh, yeah, they were good stuff.
And there's more good stuff coming up. It's another big lot of cars, including a rather special Aston Martin.
Now this is a very good lot. It's got the James Bond car in there. Wouldn't mind a real one of those. 35, 8, 40, 50, 110, 120, 130, 130 it is, 140, 140.
I thought that was your rubbish.
50 it is, then at 150, right?
No, not that it's rubbish. It's all good stuff.
170 it is, then 180, 190 at 190 at 190, 200, £200 bids on every platform, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 280, £280, 290, 300. At 300 it is, then at £300 at 300 at 320 fresh.
We're sitting in an attic.
At 320, 320, any advance? At 320.
Excellent.
Last call, gavels up. At 320.
Wow, everyone loves a bit of Bond. The Aston Martin drove the price up for these classic cars.
That's a good price. I was expecting about 20 quid or something.
With all Philip's toy cars sold, Angus moves back onto some of Jane's things, starting with her violin. But will it strike the right note with today's buyers?
There we go, £20 start me. £20. But it looks good.
It does look good.
With the case there, £20 for it. 20 bid at 20 at 20 at 20.
Ah, money for an old fiddle. Next up, Jack's portering and nicely modelling a vintage dress and 2 shawls.
It's a blast from the past, isn't it?
That embroidered shawl is absolutely beautiful.
We've got a phone line on this. Yes, thank you very much. And I can go straight in at £40.
Better, isn't it?
That's nice.
£40 at 40. At £40 at 42 is it now? At £40, 42, 45, 46, 48, 50. 50.
It's quite exciting, isn't it?
50 it is, then at £50. We're all done at 50. I'm going to go to the phone. At 55, they're in again at 55, 60. At £60 it is, then at 65. £65. At 65 it is, then at 65.
That's
65.
nice.
70 on the phone. 70 on the phone at 70. 5, 80. 80, 80, thank you at 80.
It's a battle between a phone and online bidder.
90. At 90 it is then 90. It's on the phone then at £90. The phone bidder's going to take it at 90. I'm selling at £90.
And the phone bidder holds their nerve and wins.
Excellent stuff.
Now for a large collection of 1980s music with master DJ Angus mixing it up.
22, 5, 8, 28, 30, £30 in. At 30 it is, then at £30 at 30. At 32 is it now? At £32, surely 32 bid.
Yeah, let's get this going a bit more.
35 it is, then at 35, 38, round it up, 40, thank you. 42.
Oh, it's still going.
Pounds it is, then at 45, 45, 45, 8, 8, 50 now, 50 bid, thank you. 50 it is, then at 50.
Good number again.
£50 then. God. 60 it is then, at £60 at 60.
Digging your grooves, Angus.
5, back in again at 70, thank you.
Keep it going, keep it going.
Tunes in there at 75.
It's very nice.
At £75, at 75, 80. 80 it is, then at 85. 85, 90. £90. At 90, the gavel is at 95, thank you. Round it up to 100 for me.
Yeah, round it up.
£100 is it now? 100. Yes. 100. 110, thank you. 110 it is then at £110. At 110, we're all done. I'm going to sell at £110.
Classic moves on the auction floor there from Angus.
I didn't realise what good taste I had.
Thank you very much. Excellent.
Angus has found new homes for Jane and Philip's treasured heirlooms. But how much money has he made for them?
Hello. That was all right. You're smiling.
It was very good for us.
It was surprising.
Yeah, I thought the cars would do well.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
some
they
good
did.
bits in there. I think overall we've got some good results. You'll be going home with £730.
£730. I told you they were good stuff. That's a tremendous.
You look quite shocked at that.
Oh, yeah.
You got a couple of big hits in there that, you know, really sort of up the takings and, yeah.
That's very worthwhile.
So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's
You're
been
welcome.
lovely and a really excellent experience.
Yep.
Good.
Isn't
Take
it?
care and have a good journey back.
We shall do.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Bye. I think they're absolutely delighted and, you know, exceeded my expectations. I thought the cars would do well, and they did, but they did really well. Overall, they had a really good sale, and I think they're really shocked with how much they've made.
Absolutely over the moon. Never thought we'd raise anywhere near that amount.
Yeah, I'm gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked by it.
Every 2 weeks, an auction is held at Kirby Moorside, which means Angus is always on the lookout for new items to sell and the next house clearance.
I'm off to see Diane and Darren, whose parents sadly have passed away, and it's the old family home in a little village just outside Mould in Wales. They just really need my help to fin out what's there, and I think it's mostly smalls, some silver and some watches, some coins.
Mum and Dad lived here for 35, 36 years. There's lots of things that we want to keep because they've got special memories, but there's lots of things as well that we think, well, you know, now's the right time for these to go, really.
Diane and Darren's parents, John and Christine, were married for 52 years until they both recently passed away within months of each other.
I'm interested to see what we'll find, and hopefully we'll be returning back to Yorkshire with some Welsh treasures.
After 3 hours behind the wheel, Angus arrives in Mould in North Wales and the family home of siblings Darren and Diane.
If we do make anything, we thought we might put it towards a trip to New Zealand because we've got family out in New Zealand, so that'd be nice. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Wales.
Beautiful scenery, yeah?
It is. You've caught us on a good day. Come in.
Come in.
See what you've got, thank you.
Diane intends to move into this 4-bedroom place, but first she needs to create space and declutter.
And is there anything particular that your mum collected?
Well, Mum collected red glass, elephants,
Coins.
Coins, okay.
First stop, upstairs.
Is there anything in particular I should be looking out for? Or...
There's a picture there which could be a Lowry, potentially, a pencil
Shall we have a
drawing.
look at that?
A Lowry? Has Angus hit the jackpot already?
Did you buy this at a shop or something? Or...
Yeah, I bought it in a shop from a lady who'd had it from a Lowry collector.
I mean, we've sold some of his original sketches,
Yeah.
and they're a lot of money, particularly for one this size
Yeah.
and a scene like that.
Yeah.
I'll get it out the frame
Yeah,
and have a good look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be quite good, couldn't it, if it was right?
Quite good. If this is an original Lowry, it could be worth a fortune. But what other treasures are hidden away in this attic room?
There's quite a mixture of stuff in here. I mean, you've got the antique, very traditional tripod tables, which a tripod table like this now is £70 to £100, whereas 20 years ago it would have been £300 to £500.
Right, wow.
Right, I'll start rummaging and
Yeah,
I'll show you what I find.
You feel
Give you
free.
your stuff.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
Angus.
See you later. Thank you.
Left to rummage, Angus turns his attention to the Lowry-looking sketch to see if Diane and Darren have a fortune or a fake.
Well, it does look like a Lowry, but it doesn't scream Lowry. Lowry is hugely influential Northwest artist, famous for his stickmen. But it was very industrial. It was a snapshot of that time, factories, people going about their everyday lives.
Lowry made thousands of paintings and drawings between the 1920s and the 1970s.
So it's dated and signed Lowry, 1958 it says on there. And then we look at the front, that looks like 1951. So you have to question, why have we got two dates? Now, the fact that this paper's been stuck down to the board, again, raises another little red flag for me. So it looks like it's a page torn out of a sketchbook. Could I honestly be happy 100% in myself putting that at auction and saying that is a Lowry worth £10,000? As much as I'd like it to be true, no.
Ah, if only. There will be no singing in the valleys tonight.
Be a good story if it was, wouldn't it?
This sketch won't be going to auction today, but at least the table is real, and that's heading back to Yorkshire. Now, where is all that silver and coins? Ah, this looks like it.
I mean, most of this appears to be costume jewellery, but you've got to go through it all because you find gold, you find precious, special bits. At first glance, you think there's a nice old box, ooh, gold cufflinks, and you look at it and you think, oh, it says 12CT, and then it says underneath fronted, so they're just gold-plated. So you've got to be careful.
The cufflinks belong to Darren and Diane's father, John.
Dad grew up in this village, so he was born and bred here, as was his mum before him. And then Mum lived on a farm in the next village, and they met at, I think it was a young farmer's dance one night. That was back in the mid-60s.
Yeah, they got married in the village church. They've always lived here.
They knew nearly everybody here, and everybody knew them, really.
You open this box and it's all smoking paraphernalia, and of course, you know, smoking's not really a fashionable thing anymore, but it was a huge industry for a very long time. Pipe smokers would have a little tool, a knife, and you think, oh, what's that for? And you'd have three components to a pipe knife. One is the blade itself, which is just handy, utilised piece or to trim something. Then you've got your tamper on the end. That's to tampen down the tobacco in your pipe bowl. And then you've got your spike. So if you imagine that is to go down the mouthpiece of the pipe to clear that out. I mean, something like that would sell as a box lot.
Nice curio. But we want gold, Angus. Gold!
OK, so huge collection of coins. A lot of royalty-related commemorative pieces. Some of them are silver-proof, so they're solid silver. And, of course, you know, we have gold sovereigns and proof gold sovereigns.
Here we go.
Direct from the Royal Mint with all the paperwork in its box. Sovereigns, £280 to £320 at the moment. You only need a few like that in the collection, and all of a sudden this box becomes quite valuable.
Gold sovereigns date back to 1489 when Henry VII ordered his royal mint to produce a new gold currency.
Here we go. It's getting better the more I dig into the box.
These are newer, made in 2015.
These are all silver plaques and panels. Again, a commemorative set that's been made, but they're all solid silver, so the value is starting to add up. I mean, look at that. And these, when they would have bought new, would have been a lot of money, and there's collectors out there for it.
These silver coins commemorate the Queen's 90th birthday as head of state for the Solomon Islands.
So the more and more I go through this one cardboard box, the value is totting up. We might not find any Welsh gold today, but we found some gold.
Time to get this haul of treasure safely packed away for the drive back to Yorkshire. But Angus's day is not done yet. A few more items from around the house are wrapped and boxed, but the coins are the real find of the day.
And how are you feeling?
I hadn't even got a clue that she'd got anything like the number she'd got.
It is funny, isn't it, when you start going through things,
Yeah.
people that you know, and then you find almost like another
Yeah.
life, isn't it? Well, I think potentially that might be where you have the biggest surprise in the coins.
Yeah.
There's some good bits in there.
The clearance is over and there is just time to say goodbye.
Well, I think I've got everything packed up and away. Hopefully it's given you a bit of a start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step in the right direction.
Step in the right direction, yeah.
Thank you very much for your advice. Just hope it all goes well at auction.
Well, I shall definitely endeavour to do my best.
Brilliant.
I'll hit the road and we'll see you in Yorkshire.
Today has been really good. Angus has come in, he's helped us clear loads of things out of the way, which is great.
He was surprised at how many coins there were. I think those are the things to keep an eye on at auction, really, so we'll see how it goes.
It's been a long day for Angus and he's leaving with some real goodies. Whether there's enough to get Diane and Darren to New Zealand remains to be seen. It's late in the day by the time Angus arrives back in Kirby Moorside.
Hey, Harriet.
Hi.
You all right?
Yeah, good. You?
Yeah.
Where have you been then?
I've been to Wales.
Nice.
Yeah, I have got some things for you.
Is it shiny?
Is it shiny? Well, you're going to have to go through every box. That is pretty much all
Wow, look at
jewellery
that.
of some form.
Love that.
So,
Lots to look through.
As Angus unloads the van, junior jewellery valuer Harriet starts the long task of researching and cataloguing Darren and Diane's shinier things.
I'm just concentrating at the minute on trying to split up what is costume jewellery and what we'd be able to sell by itself. This is a really nice hallmarked sterling silver coin purse. A nice leather interior on this as well. It looks to be early 20th century. It's lovely. I mean, it's even got one of these rings, so you'd wear that on your middle finger and hold it like this. It's a bit of a keyhole into a different time, I guess. We wouldn't find people on a night out or anything with this nowadays.
I'm not sure about that, Harriet. I reckon I could squeeze a credit card and phone in there.
It's beautiful. It's got age but no damage. Really nice decoration, really classic. So I would probably estimate this at about £30 to £50.
Nice. What else?
These are a really nice pair of earrings. They're actually made up of a really interesting stone called malachite. This is such a beautiful mineral. It's built up in these layers. And I think it was originally used in ancient Egyptian jewellery, so almost 4,000 years ago.
Anything more in this treasure trove?
This is a really interesting piece. It's got a small attachment for a pendant. And it's actually a small propelling pencil and a notebook. Really sweet.
Harriet's fallen in love with the costume jewellery, but will they attract any buyers at auction? 3 weeks later, Diane and Darren
Here we go, auction day.
arrive to see their family heirlooms go under the gavel.
I remember seeing that one.
Yeah, that one, I think that was Nana's actually.
Yeah.
Pompadour pearls.
Pearls. And then
Pearls for a princess. Should have kept them.
saying nothing. I'm surprised at how much there is when you put it all
Yeah,
together.
when you see
It's-
everything out, it's
a lot.
It's loads, isn't there?
I think we bought that one for Mum for Mother's Day. Long
time ago.
Darren and Diane have over 50 lots on sale today, all with an emotional attachment.
Certain things you remember, certain things you think, oh, I forgot about that, or I remember, seeing Mum wear that. It's hard to get rid of things, but it's something that you need to do, you've got to do. It's the next step, really.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you doing? You all right? Yeah. Good. Well, hopefully we'll have a good day. We've had a few commission bids and things left and a few inquiries.
Brilliant. Was there much interest in the coins in particular?
There's been a bit of interest. I mean, the world market of gold and silver's dipped in the last few days, which is a bit unfortunate, but I think we should be all right. We'll see how we get on, but have a look round and...
Brilliant.
Yeah, enjoy.
Thanks very much.
No worries, thanks.
Thank you.
Right, time to crack on with the auction.
160.
Angus is on his rostrum in full swing as Diane and Darren take their seats. Helping out today are Emma and Heather, keeping an eye on the online bids, Harriet on the phones, and Jack takes centre stage, showing off the lots. The moment has arrived, and it's their lots next.
This lovely silver hallmarked purse there. There we go. I've got 18, 20, 22, 22, 22, 22, 25, 28, 30, £30, 30 bid. £30 a bid of 30 it is then at 32, 32, 32, 5, 35, 35, 38. 38 online, 40, 40, £40 in the room at 42, 42, 45, 48, £48. £48 it is then at 48. At £48.
Sold. Not a bad start.
All right, first one, great.
Up next.
A nice little mixed lot there, the scent bottles, the Aid Memoir.
It's the little silver notebook Harriet fell in love with, along with the perfume bottles.
£20 bid, 20 and bid at 20, at £20 at 20 it is then at £20, nice little lot there. 22, 25, £25. At 25 it is then at 28.
That's all right, isn't it? Yeah.
£28 now, at £28 at 28, round it up to 30 for me somebody at £28.
Yeah, come on, round it up.
At 28, we're all done, gonna sell at £28.
It's going well. Are they getting closer to those 2 tickets to New Zealand? What's next?
Always the little table.
Perhaps this table, discovered in the upstairs room, can get them a step closer.
Early table there, tripod table with a cannon barrel column on it there. 22, 25, 28, 30, 32, 32, 35, 35, £38 now. 38, 40, £40, it's all online. 42, 42, 45, 45, 45, 48, 50, 50 it is then. 55, 55 it is then at 55. 60,
Yeah, it's a nice table, this.
65, 65, 70. That's £70 it is then at 75, 75, 80, 80, 80. 85, 90, 90 it is, 95, 95, 100.
Brilliant, yeah.
The internet bids are flooding in. Angus can barely keep up.
Did we leave 20 quid in it or something?
130, you've dropped out.
Wow.
At £130 it is then at 130. I'm going to sell then at £130. We're all done at 130, 140 if fresh. Wow.
It's down to just 2 internet bidders now.
150. Very pleased to see a good bit of antique for well, at 150 it is then at 1.
It's just the right size, that one. It's not too big.
At £150.
Wow, that turned out to be a real treasure, getting £50 over Angus's estimate.
Yay!
What about that?
There we go. Bit of jewellery there in the box.
Hey up, bling next.
This is a nice lot.
That's a gold pin stick, 2 pendants and a brooch.
I've got bids galore on this. 50, 60, 80, 95, 100. £100 I'm bid.
Yeah, it's good.
120, 130. £130 at 130, 140,
Wow, that's going well.
140 it's at, 150 it's at. 150 it is, then we're all done. I'm 160 just in time.
Keep going, keep going.
Bids at 160, 170, thank you.
Let's get to 200, come on.
We're all done at 170.
Come on, Angus, keep going.
£170.
Fabulous. The shiny stuff could be in hot demand today. Now, a sweet 9-carat chain bracelet with heart padlock clasp.
Got a phone line, yes. Loads of commission bids, the bracelet there.
There's a lot of interest in this one. Will it bring in a hefty sum and get Diane and Darren closer to New Zealand?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 commission bids. The first one starts at 50. Then we go 200, 250, 255, 260. Commissions are out online at 260 at £260, 270.
I remember seeing Mum wearing this sometimes.
I think it was one that Dad bought for Mum.
£280 it is. At 280, 290 on the phone. Nope.
It's now down to 2 internet bidders.
300, thank you. At £300 it is then. We're all done at £300. I'm selling.
That's a good price. Didn't expect that for that.
320. At 320. Lovely bracelet, isn't it? 320. At £320.
Great sale. There's a gold rush going on in Yorkshire.
Brilliant.
Up next, a mixed lot of brooches, pendants, earrings and pins.
Costume jewellery, there's a lot in there.
There's all sorts in that.
40, 55, 60, £60 wrap. At £60 it is, then at 60, at 60, at 60, at 60.
Come on, Angus.
60 for the costume jewellery at 60.
She liked the jewellery, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's the family jewels out of the way. Now time to cash in those amazing coins.
Oh, this is what I really like this.
You don't see this set very often. Her Majesty the Queen's 90th birthday silver proof coin set for the Solomon Islands there. Big, big proof coins in there. 150 a bit, 150 bit. 160, I've got 170, 170.
Come on, let's get to 2, Angus.
170, 180.
Yeah.
180, 190 I've got.
Yeah, come on, let's get 2.
190, 200 is it now, surely? £190 it is then at 190.
One more, come on, one more.
One more click away. 190 it is then, 200.
Oh.
190 it is then. I'm selling at £190.
They didn't quite make 200, but 190 isn't bad. And there's plenty more coins to cash in, including this silver-proof one in memory of Princess Diana.
80, 85, 85, 90, 95, 95 it is then.
Yes.
£100 at 100. 110.
A sneaky last-minute bid there.
Oh.
At 110. At 110, that was by the skin of your teeth. At £110, selling at 110.
A whole stash of coins has been quickly snapped up.
The Victorian gilt decorated tea service there. 48,
Angus
50,
gets through
50,
several more lots of Darren and Diane's.
Up at 50. At 22. I think £32.
Glad about that.
Before coming to the final lot of the day.
The Royal Mint Proof Sovereign.
Only 10,500 of these coins were released for the 65th anniversary of the Queen's coronation.
300.
Wow, that's got the attention of the auction room.
400. 440. 440.
What? No way.
We're all done for the Sovereign. That's a good price. At 440.
Wow.
At 440, I'm selling at 440.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. That's the sale of the day.
Right, let's
Yeah.
come and speak to Angus.
Yeah, see if we get
we
to
got
New
on.
Zealand.
Yeah.
Or we're walking there.
Has Angus raised enough money for Diane and Darren to book their ticket down under?
Lovely weather. We brought the Welsh weather with us.
You're hardy, aren't you? So, yeah.
Stuff.
Overall, I think we did all right. That gold Sovereign,
Yeah, that
I
went
know.
well. Really.
Wow.
that was an unbelievable price for a Sovereign.
That was that was a great surprise.
So hopefully you're happy.
Yeah.
The other thing is, it's gone all over the world.
Yeah.
We've had items go to Poland,
Wow.
America, and Australia,
Right.
and Ireland.
Right.
But will we be getting to New Zealand? That's what we want to know.
Well, I think it'll certainly contribute.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be walking away with £2,567.
No way.
Wow, that's
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking.
oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
Wow.
so hopefully that will contribute to
That's
that.
fantastic.
Diane and Darren, they seem very pleased and had some great results. The jewellery did well. And the coin collection, which they really didn't know that their mum had collected, and they've realised a lot of money, and hopefully that pays for a good trip to New Zealand.
Angus was brilliant. He looked after us well, and yeah, did his best for us and pushed people to, keep bidding.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Mum will be pleased.
Yes,
as well.
yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.